attention, sacrifice, willingness, surrender, you will open up the doorway to devotion. If you have enough sacrifice, enough willingness, and surrender, then the treasure of your own existence will start revealing itself to you as a direct, recognized reality that's different than the reality you knew before. There is very few arenas where this process can be recognized or shared in this world. There are very few places where that in you can be fully received and given to in recognition, in the sanctioning of the truth that you are now experiencing. This is one of those spaces. And this space has been created not just by me, but by the hundreds who have passed through these doors, and wherever else I was, who have grown in their capacity to recognize how to live, aligned with the truth of themselves. Most are not with me, but they carry a piece of this opportunity, and it keeps growing whenever they align themselves with those three principles of sacrifice, willingness, surrender. The application of your attention is the key. The orientation of your purpose supports your attention. Your actions that are aligned with your attention and your purpose empower all of those. Your attention becomes more capable. Your ability to receive, surrender, to hold, grows. No matter if you know that consciously or not. Because what you are is not what you know yourself to be. What you are is of a different order than you know yourself to be. Some of you who traversed into the subtle planes, you can begin to see through the eyes of yourself in the subtle plane. You can begin to experience a different way of being than the one you inhabit in your normal, ordinary states of consciousness. The habit of having the five senses and the mind rule our ability to perceive has to be broken before we can perceive the other dimensions of knowing and perceiving and experiencing. We can't do that by ourselves. It's through grace. It's through the transmission of one who is in that state. The quality of their attention becomes yours. The quality of their willingness to sacrifice becomes yours. The quality of their devotion becomes yours. That is the secret that's been here since humanity has ever lived. To be with those few who know themselves in truth and have learned how to organize their lives such that they're always in the state of an opportunity to sacrifice, to surrender, to remember its purpose, and to be responsible for what it's become. Truth, this Sat, this presence that comes in the vicinity of this principle, this current that comes from this principle, are all expressions of one being, one great being of which we're all a part of. You are in the body of this one great being. And it makes you it. It will convert you into itself. you'll become part of its cellular organization in the energetic domains. You'll partake in the consciousness. You'll be able to perceive in ways that were not possible before. You'll be able to experience in ways that were not possible before. Your body is transmuted, changed, restructured in ways that was not possible before. So you're here to engage in a process of doing exactly what I'm speaking of, together in a container that's held together by capable and wise people, so that it can have its full expression for the time you're here. Manifestation is space, time, structure, cause, and effect. Everything here is a structure in this dimension for something beyond this dimension to be held and become a space, an opportunity for this presence to join with you as you prepare yourself to be capable of receiving it. In the early days, we used to have all kinds of shit show up because nobody was prepared. I hadn't been around for years. You thought about Kundalini emergency. That was nothing next to the kind of traumas that would just show up, pop up over here, over there, over there. That's quieted a great deal. But I don't think it's anything we're doing. I think it's the collective consciousness is waking up. People are doing more of the real work. The different modalities of people having to take responsibility for the way their lives are coming out. It's become more of a common conversation, where people are intelligently choosing to break out of their addicted to their old ways, negative or seductive or whatever structure it may take. The recognition that there's something more, it seems to be more available. Arenas have opened up for humanity in ways unimaginable any other time. In just the last 50 years even, 75 years. And it's expanding. See, this is actually evidence of when I speak of this time of transition, that you were born to play a role in the unfolding of this. Here, I empower you to grow up, to become real, and to take a stand for the reason you're existing, so that it can serve the unfolding possibility of humanity. That's what your soul wants. That's why you're here in this room. That's why you've done all the sacrificing that you have done, all the preparatory dark work that you've had to do, all the distress and the despair and the dejection that you've had to go through. Because you're a piece of the problem. We're all pieces of the problem, and it can only work itself out through us coming to resolution, to that unworkability that separates us from our divine capacity. So there's no more important moment or 9 days in your life than this one. It is opening the doorway for the next 9 days of your life that will follow this one, should you successfully traverse the territory and can tolerate the process. This capacity to hold it, to endure it, to not run from it, to seek out support when we can't carry it, to find ourselves in others, It builds a weave of relationship, a weave of connectivity, a weave, a web of love, a web of nurturing support, appreciation, gratitude, inspiration, aspiration. It comes concurrent with the sacrifice. We may not be able to experience it when it comes, but it will accumulate and build credit, you might say. It comes suddenly, all at once. But without the process, without the separation, you can't know what it is that you're moving in relationship with. Without the poignancy of what's wrong with you, you cannot fully find what's right with you. So this ability to step out of being one or the other, to be not the negative, not the positive, but something else in which both arise, is the ultimate outcome of joining with this one presence, this one being, this one vibrational frequency, which brings with it inherently this transmuting intensity that's seeking to find its way into your system. So I bring this, and now the energy of this building brings this. The land is being imbued with it, and it's causing creation to expand into a new way, one more aligned with truth than it's been capable of before. So when we enter into this space, we add our piece to that process. We bring the light we have. We bring the truth we have. We bring the untruth we have. We bring the willingness to go beyond our untruth. We bring the capacity to stay connected to each other, even in the midst of the process of separation, especially amidst the process when you do not want to share yourself with anybody. Because those are the moments we break out of the box. Those are the moments we break out of our protection structure. Those are the moments where we discover another way to be than what we've been habituated to. And everyone is enriched by that process, by every one of us. When we're part of it, when we witness it, when we are the event itself.